Okay, that should be a little better. Shit. Oh, sorry guys. Okay, I think I got the music up now. I still need to fix Andy's timer here. Just gonna troubleshoot something here real quick. Sorry that I can't commentate. There's just some issues here that are pretty bad. Oh, okay. Okay, so Andy didn't start his timer, it seems. I just opened up his Twitch. So. Okay, I think I can actually get to commentating now. Hopefully. If there's any issues, I'll occasionally check the Twitch and see if or just message me if there's any issues, and I'll just get right to commentating. Super sorry about that, guys. I guess we'll retime his stream or whatever. So anyway, okay, we're in Hot Tub Volcano, and I'm pretty sure Andy's got about a minute-ish lead on Brandino. See how they hold up here. So Andy opting for the two. Oh, he only got one spool in here, and he's going to finish with a 129. I think that's an okay time for him. Probably wanted a little better. We have Brandino on his third lap here. Now Treasure Caves. Let's see where Andy uses the blue balloon here. I'm not quite familiar with how he tackles this course. Will he do it like the car strat here? No, he'll hold it till the end, okay. And Brandino is also going for both blues. Okay, he strung them quite well there, and he's going to finish with a 130, which I think is a pretty good time for him. Let's go, Brandino. Alright, so we'll focus on Andy's second lap here. I didn't see how he strung together his balloons for first lap here. Coming up on it. Okay, gets a pretty solid connection there. A 16:66 second lap. Seems pretty good. Oh, now he uses blue balloon first there. Well, I guess that on the third lap would be better to use it there, just because you have more distance to cover. He's gonna finish with the low 51, I think. That's pretty good. That's really good, actually. So now we're up to Crescent Island. Pretty, like the strats for this course and for time trials are pretty much the exact same because there's no blue balloons on this track at all. Oh wow, and he just completely goes over the zipper. Yeah, like, there's a couple of zippers in this game where it's quite easy to just float over it by mistake. Like, it just kind of happens sometimes, like, it's kind of really out of your control. But he recovered nicely from it. Brandino finishing with just under a minute. Pretty good. He's off to Crescent Island. Okay. A 25-second lap from Andy, that's pretty strong. It's a nice boost off that zipper. Brandino getting through that area quite nicely with a 29 opener, very good. And Andy about to close it off in a 121, not too bad. Is the music volume fine, guys? Nice, so Pirate Lagoon, first natural river track. Oh, and Andy opting to get those bananas. That's a time trial strat there that he used. Ideally, in like Balloon Race, Pirate Lagoon, you don't really need a whole lot of bananas because you can manage your boost really well. You just go super fast anyway. But having a lot of bananas is also just good for lots of speed. Brandino about to finish Crescent Island in 127. Pretty good. And getting an 18-second lap. Sorry. Okay, good. Glad to know that the audio is fine. Okay. We have Andy about to finish Pirate Lagoon here. Looking just about a minute. Yep. That's alright. And next we get to our next natural river track being Whale Bay. Now in this course, like, the whale tends to give a lot of people trouble, so let's see if he can make smooth hops off the whale onto the ship. And kind of skidded a little bit, but not too bad otherwise. Let's see how Brandino's doing. Well, it barely gets over that bit. That getting off the ramp at the end of Pirate Lagoon is quite tricky. But a 23-second lap is not too bad for him. Yeah, and quite tricky to string a blue balloon right into the zipper. Requires precise control. But regardless, he's still pulling through fairly well. And he's going to finish out with a 109 or 108. Nice. Wow, Andy Panther just completely cleared the ship there. Nice finish. Nice third lap. Fixing it with a 52. Pretty good. That's so satisfying to see. Completely timing your boost to launch yourself off the whale, and no ship for me today. Okay, so EP, very like turbulent track, lots of balloons and lots of zippers to get you going, but like it's quite difficult to get control once you build up so much speed and hover. You gotta keep in mind you still have to sort of snake while you're boosting. And kind of getting through the end area fairly nicely. Not missing any of these balloons. Good. Okay, we have Brandino finishing up and also joining Andy on EP. Andy Panther looking really smooth through here right now. A little bit of a rocky exit out of the tunnel, but he will grab the balloon and finish off with a 119, which is pretty good. Not too far off the best time done in this tournament for that course, which is good. So now we're getting into Walrus Cove. So at this point in the hover matches, we're getting into a lot of like the longer courses, and a lot of the tricky ones are coming up too. So definitely could be some shakeups here, even if Andy has quite a large lead right now. But he's been playing fairly well, so let's see if he can pull out a low 30 and catch up to these rapidly rising hover players. We've seen a slew of 29s just come in the past few days, and it seems like Andy will be also on his way there as well. Though it's hard to tell because I have no idea what his timers would be currently running at this point. But I'm going to assume he's playing in, like, I think he's been playing like high 30s, very low 31 pace. Well, yeah, I mean, he had a 31.05 in his last run there, so we'll see if he can do better. We have Brandino just about finishing EP here. A little bit of rough bounce. It's quite hard to like get yourself oriented with the boost, just jerking your hover so crazily. Alright, so we have Andy on the final lap as Brandino enters Walrus Cove. Looking to finish 139, that's alright. He's going to move on to Snowball Valley, which is, I think, his best performing track so far in the tournament. So let's see if he can pull out another 45. This course is quite fun to play just because it's short and there's just balloons everywhere and zippers everywhere, but the snowballs can really make your life a living hell. But my gosh, he just clears that valley so easily, but doesn't quite get that last balloon. Brandino seeming to scroll through here pretty well. Danny again clearing the valley pretty well, and he gets the balloon this time and just flies all through the PCs with a mid-14 second lap. Well done. But at the third lap, like a lot of the NPCs might get in your way and catch the blue balloon before you. You have to be quite far ahead of them for it to not be the case. Either way, he's going to finish with 48, which is still really good. He's going to move on to Frosty Village, which here features a shortcut, but I don't believe it. I think it only saves like 2 or 3 seconds over what you would do like the standard way, but I think we've seen a couple players go for that regularly. Okay, so we have Brandino finishing with a 148. It's okay. He's going to move on to Snowball Valley now. Let's see how he does there. Alright. And in the Frosty Village area, like trying to get the triple boost, it is super hard. Like getting 2 isn't too bad, but getting 3 is like just ridiculous. I don't think I've even seen it yet. Because you have to launch off the second zipper like in a very precise area so you don't launch yourself too high up in the air. It's been a while since I played it, so I can't quite explain it, but I think that's about how that works. So he's going for a natural. Oh, and he almost had it. He almost had it. Let's see. Brandino got through the valley pretty decently, not having any issues with the snowballs. And let's see how he can. Oh, he gets the blue in the end, and you can string that final bit. It is really satisfying to like whip your way around that last lap. Okay, so Andy coming up to the triples again, so let's see what he does here. 1, 2, and way too high over the fair. Yeah, I mean, that's commonly what will happen. trying to hit those triples. Okay, we just have Brandino finishing Snowball and joining Andy on Frosty as Andy's actually leaving Frosty with a 1:26. I think that's a pretty good time for Frosty Village. Okay, so now we enter Dragon Forest, starting with Haunted Woods. I actually kind of like this course. Let's see if we'll opt for the zipper in this one. I think most hover players have just been straight up ignoring it. And I don't think it saves... Or, I mean, I think it's... Oh, he's going for it. Perfect. Okay. I mean, it's not incredibly hard to hit. You just gotta kind of understand the spacing for it. But I mean, I understand why people wouldn't go after it. But you might as well attempt anyway. You don't lose too much time trying to go for it. With good snaking anyway. Let's see if Andy goes for it again. Oh, and he just leaps over it. Hopped a little too late there. Brandino finishing with a 39. And it was a little bit rough. Let's see how he handles the second lap. See what's going on his end. Oh, I missed that one zipper. Well, let's see if he goes for the triple or just opts to stay through the village. Oh, that bubble. He barely missed it. That's good. That's good. Well, he gets the 1, 2. Misses the third, but no worries. Kept a decent amount of speed there. And he opts to go around. Okay. And it does miss the other zipper. It is hard to, like, align yourself perfectly so you'll flow right into the zipper. It does take a lot of practice for that to happen. Now, Andy on Windmill Plains, quite a long hover track. In this beginning part here, if you string a blue balloon with the ground zippers well enough, you theoretically can get enough speed to launch yourself into the ring zipper and pretty much clear this whole area where he's just entering now. We'll see if he does that second lap. It's really difficult to do first lap because you don't have a lot of bananas giving yourself a lot of speed. Okay, so Brandino finishing with a 1:44. So he will go on to Haunted Woods and see how he does there. Okay. Brandino seems to get through into the forest of Haunted Woods quite well. And a high 21st lap, I think that's pretty good. Probably good to ignore the left side of zipper. It does take a lot of practice to kind of make that a consistent strat. And Andy with a 33-second lap, I think that's quite good. Oh, and he goes for the ring zipper and gets the blue balloon. Very well done there. Very strong entrance to the third lap. Brandino's on his third lap. Pretty much Andy having a full course lead on him. I really need to get more familiar with the hover times, but I think this is quite a good time here we're looking at from Andy. 1:43. I'm going to pull that up. I have my stats here. I should be using them. Never mind. I think it's a little too much stress on my computer to do that. Oh well. I'm pretty sure it was a good time either way. So now Andy's in Greenwood. Brandino about to finish first lap of Windmill Plains. Let's see how he uses the blue balloon here in Greenwood, because you do have an option for one here, just one blue balloon. Might not be faster to take it at all. Okay, he does go for it. Yeah, and it's probably just best to wait before you get off the ramp, otherwise you will launch yourself right into the ceiling. And he uses that ledge there to gain some height and speed. So he enters the... Oh, and that oil slick was in a really rough spot. Very hard to avoid. Okay, we have Brandino finishing, or about to be, well, halfway through the third lap, and as Andy's about to finish in 131. I think that's an okay time. I think a good time for Greenwood, I think, for the hover players was like low 120s, I'm sure. Brandino manages to swipe that blue balloon. Let's see how he uses it. Gets right into the zipper, that's pretty good. And can he finish in sub 2? Yes, he does. That's alright. Now Andy's on Boulder Canyon, which is the last natural hover course in the game. And like, to go really fast here, you really need to have a good mastery of chaining boosts together and managing your hovercraft while you're airborne. Because you spend like the best of boosting puts you in the air for quite a while. Let's see how Andy does it here. And it's good to kind of sort of bounce into the wall a little bit on that left side to help launch you off into the drawbridge area. So Brandino, he has a 32 opener. It's okay. And he gets the connection good. He's going to get the blue balloon. Yes, he does. Let's see how he does. Now, for some reason, like in Boulder Canyon, like one of the laps will always be rather laggy, and it typically depends be the lap where the PC's on. But if you don't have too many of them in the area, you can get a nice boost. Anyway, Andy got a 122, just an okay time. And he's going to go off to FFL, which, like, literally every course is quite rough in hover. Space Dust especially. I mean, it's hard on every vehicle, but we're talking hover here, so it's quite hard. It's already hard to control hover as it is, and Space Dust is in, like, the terrain is just so uneven as you see there. I'm just kind of hoping not to hit that magnet balloon, which is squared perfectly in the center. But Brandino also a 131, and that's not too far behind Danny. That's actually pretty good. Oh, I mean, having a bit of a routing mistake, but no issues there. Only lost like 2 seconds there. He's starting Boulder Canyon. So Andy managed to preserve his balloons this time, so he gets himself the purple boost and uses it really well. Managed to catch the aerial zipper, smooth transition into the space tunnel. Nice job. Brandino, wow, he got the double blue and blue, which is really good. Very difficult to get right. I mess up on it a lot. And Andy with a 31-second lap. Well done, holy. Let's go. He avoids the magnet balloon again, which is good. Oh, they might steal. Oh, and yeah, the PC stole his balloon. That sucks. It happens. If you're not at a right, if you're not going at a right speed, that'll just pretty much always happen. Brandino about to finish Boulder Canyon here, and it's seeming a pretty good time here. Well, having a bit of a rough exit here, but it is quite wonky through that area. But he's still going to get a 123, which is pretty good. And Andy starting Dark Moon Caverns, longest hover track in the game. And you spend a lot of time looping around. But I don't find it's too difficult. Like this area, like this little tunnel area, pretty much caters to snaking. So you get kind of a nice S rhythm through there. Actually, I kind of think that this course isn't too bad for hover. I mean, it's just long. So Andy with a 40. I think that's an okay time. See how his second lap turns out, and Brandino gets a 38. See how his second lap goes. Oh wow, what a weird ball. Ah, and he loses his blue balloon. Yeah, that area can be super rough. Andy about to enter lap 3 here. 38. It's okay. Brandino on to lap 3 here. Oh, he manages to keep, Brandino keeps a boost this time around. Very good. See if we can get a double blue here at least. Nice. And will he get the rings up early? Yeah, he should be able to. Not too bad. He's about to clear Space Dust Alley as Andy is about to finish Dark Moon with a 156. That's an okay time. And now he goes up to Star City, which is quite difficult. Getting through the city requires some really good snaking, otherwise you're just going to be smashing into stuff and missing everything. Zippers, balloons, you know that. So let's see how Andy handles. And you can also take the boost and launch yourself a little bit over the bridge, but it's safer to just kind of just go on the bridge and not try and cut any bit off without risk of falling. Even though falling in Hover on the Star City Bridge is the least punishing out of the 3 vehicles, because Hover has amazing turning, so you can just literally whip yourself back up and only maybe lose 3 seconds from the whole mistake. Andy having a 34 first lap. That's pretty good. And we have Brandino about to finish his first lap, 44. Let's see how Andy handles the city. Oh, he doesn't opt for the blue balloon at all. Okay, nice snaking, and he manages to catch the blue balloon and the zipper. That's good. He's gonna have like a 32-second lap. Oh, 31, nice. I think he's playing pretty strong here. Not sure the pace Andy's on right now, but for the most part, he's been playing at like the very high 30 and super low 31 range. Anywhere between like 30-50 and 31-10. So I'm not sure if he's like on like a really good pace or not, but he seems to be playing well. Actually, we sort of reference from Brandino's timer. Yeah. Assuming that they're synced. Oh, I wouldn't even know how to sync them. Shoot. I should probably learn how to do that. Well, either way, it's probably like 15-20 second difference between the syncs, so we'll probably have some sort of ballpark time we can give for Andy right now. And Brandino's about to finish Dark Moon in a 202, not too bad. And Andy's on the last course, Spaceport Alpha, and it looks like he's not opting for the shortcut. Now, the shortcut for Spaceport Alpha has brutalized many runners' runs. Some really heartbreaking moments too. So I believe we'll see a lot less of the shortcut. But it is cool to see how players handle the laser room when there's 3 blue balloons available. And it's very hard to catch like any one of them. And there's the zipper too that they can opt to get. So I don't think it's... I think like the non-shortcut route would actually probably be slower than the main strat if you know how to use the blue balloons through here. But having those like little pillars in your way all over the place is not fun to deal with, and could be very punishing if you ram into any one of them. He seems to get through the chute area pretty well all 3 laps. And Brandino about to start lap 3 here. Andy with a double blue, and yeah, ramming into a pillar. It is just so hard. The pillars are in really rough spots through that area. So it is tempting for players to attempt to use the shortcut instead of having to deal with the laser room. But Andy is going to finish with, well, judging from Brandino's time, probably somewhere between 30-50 and 31-10. So probably what he has there is probably accurate. And now we're going to have Brandino finishing Star City here in about a mid 140 here. Yeah, I mean, or 144 low. That's all right. And he's off now to spaceport alpha. Let's see what strategy he ends up using: the shortcut or not the shortcut. And misses the one ring zipper, a little bit tough to get, but he does get one blue balloon at least. And he's going to use the normal strategy to not opt for the shortcut. I think it would be pretty deceptively easy to miss one of the triggers. I think that's why like some of the players miss it. Because you want to make your turns nice and quick, but not try and fish around for a trigger. Otherwise, it just ends up being slower to do the shortcut. One balloon gets another balloon. Gets through the laser room pretty decently. And he's on his final lap here. And unfortunately, he's not on PB pace, but definitely sitting at getting a 33. Definitely a 33. Now there's not really much mistakes preventing him from not getting that. So it's going to be a good run from him regardless. He gets through the lace area, not too bad. Okay, Brandino is about to finish up here, getting 153 Spaceport Alpha and finishing up at a 33.25, which I think he has a very low 33 as PB, so that's pretty close. So I'm just gonna lower the volume of the music here so I can hear the guys a little bit easier, and I'll invite them in. Okay. Oh, I should get the desktop audio. One moment before I get the commentators in. Actually, I think I'll probably have to mute the music. I'm not too technical savvy here. Let's see. Yo. I'm just gonna get your volume up here.
What's up, everybody?
Hello.
Hello. Hey, Andy.
First off, sorry about the timer. I forgot to switch layouts. I actually switched it now. I used live split for this and timed it to a 30:57. It should be in my stream. You can try to capture it and obviously retime it later to confirm it. But yeah, it was a 30:57. Yeah, really decent run. The first good Star City in a while. It was a PB, I think. Star City was killing PBs for me.
It was a match, TM. I would say the biggest positive takeaway is that I hit a sub 33 sum of best, which is great. But I'm getting frustrated. I got really frustrated. There's just a large amount of bonks, and especially in Jungle Falls, there was at least one point where I just totally stopped. Like I hit a wall, and TT got stuck in the fishbone, and then I boosted out, and then I hit right back into something, and that was kind of like the cadence for the rest of the run was kind of untangle myself from a bad situation and then get back into another one.
So did you feel it was just kind of just like an off day for you, or just like an off game, or?
I think it was just an off run for me. I really am trying to hit my 31s here. Like that's like the goal is like what I want to be at is like a 31 pace, but it's so hard. It's like even when I'm going at my fastest, I feel like at best I save about 10 seconds. So I just got to keep grinding from here.
Yeah, you still have more runs to go, plenty of opportunities to get after that 31 time.
Yeah. I'm going to get there.
For sure.
Get
Oh yeah, definitely. Hover percent is a category you don't realize it, but suddenly you're faster on average.
Yeah, that happened to me last race. Like I spent about a week grinding hover times as much as I could on certain levels that were giving me trouble. And then coming back, I've saved a full minute over my PB just based on the time that I was spending doing better. So, and with tighter gameplay and I think some more IL practice, I can get there. Really, the problem is ILs. I think I just like I can generally do okay, but now I'm just like dying because of the quirks of every level.
Yeah, maybe you've beat me on a bunch of levels. I don't know. I even had a nasty menu mistake.
I have been a lot of the levels that I grind a time trial on, I am trying to get to your time specifically.
Ah.
So
Nice.
I'll see you soon. Don't worry.
Yeah. In Greenwood Village, I accidentally selected Adventure 2, and when I realized that, I was like, no way I'm doing Adventure 2. I have to just eat the time loss because I'm literally wasting hours by playing on Adventure 2.
Yeah, you're going to lose more time to just trying to do Adventure 2 than you are to just switching it back. Almost any scenario, you're going to lose a lot of time to...
I cannot do Adventure 2. It's just cruise with your mind.
Are you one of those people that it gives a headache to?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've heard that's been a real reason. Like people get a headache because your muscle memory is saying one thing, but the screen is saying another.
It's not with all games, but in DKR it's really bad.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Anyway,
I'm still happy overall.
I guess we should probably just. You guys have any closing thoughts before we get going?
None from me. Good race, Andy, and got some more. I got a ton more races coming up in a few days because I struggled to schedule for a while, so more chances to improve from here.
Yeah, not much else to say. Yeah, GG.
GG's. Thank you very much so much for hosting, Nettie.
Yeah, it was a rough host. I'm gonna go over all the issues that we had, and hopefully the next time we do it, it'll be a much stronger